今天非常欢迎大家来参加我们第二场，就是英国大学职涯论坛关于 STEM 的课程。那其实 STEM 的项目当然很广，包括可能是跟工程有关的、跟电脑有关的、跟生物有关的。今天我们都会尽量在短短的时间内去涵盖到。那我们现在非常开心，我想在我们今天 panel 开始之前，要介绍一下今天与会的贵宾们。So first of all, I would like to introduce each representative of the university. First of all, I would like to our very close friend Anita from the University of Sheffield. Anita, can you say hi to everyone?
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Anita Sandham. I'm the regional manager for Taiwan, based here at the University of Sheffield.
Thank you. The second, I'm very gladly that we have two representatives from the University of Glasgow. One is Adri, and the other one is our Dr. Ganam, who is also called Rami. So, Adri and Rami, can you say hi to our participants?
Yes, hello, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very pleased to be with you all and to let you know a little bit about our university, the University of Glasgow.
Hi everybody. I'm so sorry first of all for my voice. I'm slightly sick, so I hope that you guys still hear me and can understand me. So my name is Audrey and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I work in the international recruitment team at the University of Glasgow and I will try my best to give you some idea about our university as well.
Thank you. So next, I would like to introduce the representative from the University of Birmingham, Dr. Wang. Dr. Wang, can you say hi to him?
Hi everyone. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. I'm very glad to be invited to join this session. So you can just call me Jay. So I work for University of Birmingham, and to be more specific, I work in the School of Computer Science. So what I'm going to talk about today is specifically to our school, to the School of Computer Science.
Thank you very much. So last but not least, it's also our very close friend from the representative of the University of Cranfield. Alan, can you say hi to everybody?
Thank you, Angela. Hi, 大家各位下午好. Everybody, hello. Good afternoon, good evening. So I am the International Development Manager for East Asia and Southeast Asia here at Cranfield University. Really looking forward to share information from Cranfield with you all today. Thank you.
Thank you. So before I invite all the professors or teachers or the staff to answer our question about how the university supports our students, I would like to give very brief introduction about what should you consider when you choose your university, especially postgraduate program. 就在我们就是在我继续访问教授老师之前，我想先跟大家简单分享一下，尤其你在选择学校的时候，特别要去思考的一个要素。那有的同学已经参加过商业场的话，可能已经听过这个部分，那没关系，就是针对新加入的同学们，我们还是很快的帮大家做个重点整理。那其实，在台湾很多学生想要出国念书，不外乎就是想要体验一下外国的生活。然后加强自己外语能力，跟提升自己的国际视野，以及可能看起来在我们透过社群实验室的统计，大概可能5%的人会比较明确提到说他想要提高自己的就业薪资，但实际上我们仔细来看，想要增加自己外语能力或是提升国际视野的人，其实有时候你问他说你为什么想要提升外语能力，你为什么想要增加你的国际视野？回过头来，大家最希望的还是有一个更好的未来。所以至少40%以上的学生在选择出国念研究所这条路上，很重要的一个元素就是他希望就是他的职涯发展或是晋升之路上有比别人更多的优势。那我们在选择学校的时候，当然因为我们今天是比较聚焦在英国上，那如果你之后有其他国家的问题，也欢迎来询问我们。但不管怎么样，在你选择任何学校的时候，我相信在台湾的学生心目中最常去思考的第一个要素，可能就是学校的排名。其次就是，你想要修什么样的课程内容，尤其是有的人是想要跟大学的课程是做进一步的衔接，有的人是希望到研究所阶段跟自己的大学是有 跨领域的课程内容，那你的考量是什么？再来就是录取的标准是什么？因为有些学校可能他会额外要求面试，可能看你的科系，有的需要作品集，那不同的国家甚至要求什么 GMAT 或者是 GRE 这样子的考试成绩。那有些人会去思考说，有些条件我可以达到，有些条件我达不到。那可能同学比较少思考到的，还有一个很重要的，就是你在大学修的课跟你研究所想要申请的课程当中，它有没有一些特殊的要求？那再来就是一个很现实的问题啦，就是你选择的不同的学校、不同的地点，它当然成本就会不一样，学费当然也是不一样。那另外还有一个影响，就是出国念书一个很关键的成本，就是这个学校愿意提供各位学生多少奖学金。那这个奖学金的多寡，其实不一定跟学校排名有对值。有的人会以为说，排名比较好就给比较少，或是排名比较差的就会给比较多，其实是不一定的。有的时候是这个学校它想要吸引更多什么样的人才，它就会在你申请这个科系的学生，他会给予比较多的奖学金。所以其实这个也是我们在选择学校的时候应该去思考的。那另外就是很重要的也是地点哦。那地点其实可能我们台湾学生比较容易聚焦说，我去英国，我就是希望待在伦敦。但其实英国是一个比台湾规模大、非常大、非常多、非常多倍的国家。所以其实如果我们用台北的角度去思考英国这样子的国家的话，它除了伦敦以外，曼彻斯特、伯明翰、爱丁堡、Glasgow，像他们这几个城市的规模几乎都比台北大。那相对的，它的工作机会、它的就业机会跟相对应的资源都非常的多。那有的时候还要看你的产业是什么，它不一定是在大城市，不是说在大城市就一定好。那你的地点也可能会影响你的成本，就是前一个要素。所以其实这个都是可以去综合考量的。有时候你在大城市，你会发现，其实白人的竞争是比较多的，你要未来找到工作不一定是比较容易的。那再来就是这个学校提供什么样的资源，这个资源有时候是在排名上比较难看到的，有可能是这个学校在特定科系上的相关设备非常的发达，像有的学校可能它的设备是跟一个国家的国防甚至有合作的，那这个你也是可能在排名上或是一般网站上有时候比较难发现的。那其实我们也希望透过今天这样的机会，让同学多加了解。最后一个其实是最重要的，就是其实英国现在有2年的 PSW，那这个2年 PSW 是你毕业之后可以在英国有工作的机会。那学校提供你什么样的机会？他们的校友或者他们在各个产业上的结合，提供同学们有什么样的就是发展或是就职的契机，或是协助等等，这也是其实学生同学们你们在选择学校的时候必须要去思考的。那我回过头来讲关于排名这件事情，其实有时候我们太执着于排名的时候，我觉得很重要的是你要去看一下说，每一个排名就像老师评比学生排名一样，有的老师会说你的出席率要高，我给你的分数就会高；有的老师是觉得你不出席没有关系，但是你的考试是最重要的；有的老师不喜欢考试，他喜欢用报告的方式来评断学生表现好不好，排名也是一样的。那在我们选择学校或是研究所课程的时候，其实我们常常执着于排名，可是我们希望出国念书，或是进修硕士学位，我们为的是更好的未来。但更好的未来这个分数在全世界2大学校排名上，它有多少分数占？其实大家可以看一下，以 QS 来说，它的占比顶多就是20%，就是这15%的就业的名声跟5%的，就是就业的 outcome，这个 outcome 可能包括什么？就职的公司跟你的薪资水准都算评分在内。这话说，不知道大家有没有发现，其实研究论文的项目就占了50%，一样在 THE 里面，光是研究的项目，它所呈现出来的分数就超过了一半以上的成绩。但是其实我们有很多同学出国念书，不是为了成为研究人员，我们希望有的是更好的工作机会。那在 THE 的排名，其实这个分数只在4%，所以排名是一个很好的工具，但是它可能不一定是大家在选择学校的时候最具参考性的指标。那我当然也给 也跟大家分享一下说，假设你今天知道毕业了之后想要在英国工作的话，其实英国的雇主或是 HR 他们最在意的是什么？其实简单来说，大概就是三个大条件。第一个大条件就是你的硬实力，你的 hard skills。那你才刚毕业，你的 hard skills 要怎么呈现？就是你的学术成绩，你的学术成绩好不好？但是这好不好，其实它也不一定说，哎，大家都要90分才叫好。其实他们就是追求一个 upper second class，大概是60到69分的这个范畴，其实就可以了。就是你是在大概是全班的前50%，或者是前1/3，那就是通常大企业会希望看到的一个成绩。那另外就是你为了这份工作，你做了多少准备 proactivity。那这样的准备包括什么？像是各个大学都会说，他们每一年都举办各式各样的职涯博览会。你再去参加的时候，你是空白的，就是带着空白的脑袋去参加呢，还是你已经准备好说，哦，这个企业里面他们现在什么工作开缺？那现在有2个工作看起来很适合你，你要选择哪一个？你的个性跟这个企业文化合不合适？其实你应该是要带着这样子的目的去参加学校的就职博览会。与此同时，学校也想要看看说你在英国的就学期间，你有没有其他的证明或是其他的例子来表述说你真的很想要往这个职涯做发展，可能是 part-time job，有可能是 internship，这个其实都有很多今天的学校都有提供相对应的资源给大家。那最后一个就是 soft skills，soft skills 可能需要点时间才能够展现出来。那可能这跟你的学术无关，这跟你的可能谈吐、自信、逻辑表达能力等等，以及你可能在课外的一些兴趣爱好或是其他的才能，这个有时候 HR 也会跟你聊到，他可以借由你的课后的这些兴趣或是爱好来了解你这个人的特质是什么。那尤其是在准备另外一个在 soft skills 上展现的，就是包括你的履历表，你的履历表你有没有非常注意细节？其实这些都是在找工作的时候 HR 非常非常在意。那我接下来就废话不多说，因为我们今天准备了很多问题，希望我们的学校代表可以来回答我们说，哎，我们台湾的学生在选择科系跟选择学校、选择课程的时候，注意什么样的事情，然后学校提供什么样的协助给大家。So, after the brief introduction about the elements or factors students should consider when they choose their program, now I want to leave more time for our university partners today. So my first question would be that would you can you introduce your university briefly to highlight your university's forte, probably including your laboratories, your facilities, or the international students and the staff and students ratio. You can combine in your brief introduction. So I want to start with Alan. Would you like to give the brief highlights of University Cranfield to our students today?
Yes, that would be my pleasure. Thank you, Angela. So a brief introduction of Cranfield. Cranfield is quite straightforward, quite easy because we only offer postgraduate degree courses here at Cranfield, and we only focus on 2 main subject areas. One is management, obviously the other one is technology. So Angela mentioned lots about engineering. So engineering is actually sitting under our technology side. And we offer lots of engineering related courses, for example, aerospace related, energy related, computer science, AI, robotics, and lots about also about environmental engineering as well. So no matter which subject you're coming from, you could always find a course here available at Cranfield for you. In terms of facility, I think depends on which side of it, because for example, aerospace, we are the only university in Europe to have our own runway, own airport, and also the aircraft. So the one sitting behind me, the virtual one, is a Boeing 737 just sitting on site on campus. Obviously, I know lots of students, they want to come to UK to use those facilities, and I have the pleasure to share with you that at Cranfield we have lots of these large-scaled facilities just on site for our students and also our industrial partners use. And I would like to highlight that we are also a industrial-facing universities. So lots of the subjects or lots of the master courses that we are offering, we are actually working with our industrial partners. It's always because there is the demand from the industry, or this could be there's problem during their operation, or maybe they are looking for a solution. And here at Cranfield, we are working to provide a solution for our industry partner as well. So where we're quite unique at our courses is our course structure. So we offer 1-year master programs, and 40% of them will be taught programs. And then the student will need to do a 20% group project, and then followed up by an individual project of the remaining 40%. So in total, 60% of the course will be projects. And these projects will be coming from the industrial partners. So we are actually providing a real-world learning environment for our students where they could apply theory into practice within 1 year of the master course. So yeah, happy to share more information or answer any questions that you might have in mind later. So that's a quick introduction of Cranfield. Back to you, please, Angela.
Thank you. So now I would like to invite Remy. Would you give us a brief introduction about Glasgow? Glasgow.
Thank you very much, Angela. So Glasgow University is an ancient university. It's one of the oldest universities in the world. In fact, it's the 4th oldest university in the English-speaking world. So it was established in the 1450s, so 1451 to be precise. It's located in Glasgow, which is one of the biggest cities in the UK. Glasgow has also been designated as the UNESCO City of Music. So in addition to being a fantastic university, it's also located in a great and vibrant city. So Glasgow University is also home to the James Watt School of Engineering. As you know, the university is known for some famous engineering faculty members and alumni. So, for example, there is James Watt, who was the inventor of the steam turbine engine. There's Lord Kelvin. So a lot of history behind our school. So in addition to that history, we are consistently ranked amongst the top 100 universities in the world. So depending on which ranking system, sometimes we are in the top 70s, sometimes we are in the top 80s. So the bottom line is we are one of the best universities in the world. And the UK REF 2021 exercise also mentions that we are consistently ranked amongst some of the best research in the country. In terms of the facilities, so the James Watt School of Engineering has the Nanofabrication Center. So this is host to the Nanofabrication Center. The James Watt Nanofabrication Center is one of the biggest and best nanofabrication facilities in the country. There are other facilities available as well. So the university invests heavily in research. So for example, we are home to the Center for Advanced Electronics. We are also home to the Quantic Center. So this is the UK Quantum Technology Hub in quantum enhanced imaging. We have plenty of interdisciplinary resources and research facilities available. So for example, in terms of aeronautical engineering, we also are one of the very few places in the country that offer, especially in Scotland, offer aeronautical engineering programs. We've got 18 MSc programs in total, so there is a program that caters for the needs of everyone, I'm sure. In terms of interdisciplinarity, There are both interdisciplinary MSc programs as well as interdisciplinary courses within the programs themselves. And I'm happy to talk about some of those in case that is necessary. Would you like me also, for example, to discuss things like ratios and the postgraduate programs that we have on offer, or should I leave that for further discussions?
You can bring that up, it's all right.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So in terms of, for example, ratios and our international student population, again, we've got a very big and vibrant international student population at the University of Glasgow. In fact, more than 30% of our student body comes from overseas. So that is for both undergraduate and postgraduate students. In terms of postgraduate student numbers, we've got over 50% of our students are from East Asia. So 51% are in fact from East Asia. So therefore, a high proportion of those students speak Mandarin. 52% of our students from the College of Science and Engineering were in fact from East Asia. So a high proportion of our students are from, that part of the world. In terms of our programs, so as I've said, we've got 18 MSc programs in total. We do have new programs in robotics and AI, and we do see that having AI programs is extremely important. So this is a new program that is picking up a lot of interest. The great thing about this program is that it's not just taught by Academics Forum Engineering. In fact, this is a unique program that combines both taught modules from the School of Engineering as well as the School of Computing. So this is a joint program that is delivered jointly by both schools. This isn't the only program that we've got that teaches AI. So we've got, as I've mentioned, the MSc in Robotics and AI. We've also got another one called Computer Systems Engineering. So these two programs are joint in collaboration with our colleagues in computer science. And you will find that you are taking, if you wish to enroll into these programs, you will be enrolled with students from the Department of Computer Science or the School of Computer Science as well. These aren't the only interdisciplinary programs that we've got. In fact, we've got programs in collaboration with the School of Management. So we've got joint degree programs with the Adam Smith Business School, and that is for a wide range of programs. I'm happy to talk about specifics if time permits. We've also got joint programs with the Glasgow School of Art for those who are interested in art, such as, for example, the Product Design Engineering MSc program. And this focuses on user-centered product development. So those were some of the programs in a nutshell in terms of interdisciplinary postgraduate programs. And as my colleagues have mentioned, because of the fact that we are based in Glasgow, as you know, Glasgow was a hub for manufacturing, one of the UK hubs for manufacturing. We've got a lot of interest in space and satellite space technology. So we collaborate a lot with local enterprises and industries. In fact, our department collaborates with over 130 UK companies, one of the strongest departments in terms of collaboration with industries. We've got an industry advisory board, an IAB, which obviously oversees our curriculum, and they work with us in refining our curriculum and making sure that our curriculum meets the needs of industry. As I've mentioned, so since we've got a strong international student body, it goes without saying that in addition to this, we've obviously got extensive support and services for our international student body. So there are dedicated career services, employability and opportunity services available at the university. And this is all in order to provide pastoral care and support to our international student population. So yes, so we are a great place to be. I would highly encourage you to apply to our university, to the University of Glasgow. There are many advantages of coming here in comparison to other places in the UK and also the US. As I've said, we are the best university in Scotland, one of the best in the UK, and we've got great collaborations with industry. So yeah, we look forward to welcoming you to Glasgow very soon.
Thank you, Remy. I think so. Anita and Dr. Wang, please bear us because I think I need our colleague to briefly translate what Ellen and Remy just said to make sure that all the students catch up what we have mentioned, but it's going to be very briefly. So just bear me with a second. 一凡跟那个Q， 再麻烦你们做简单的，因为刚刚讯息很多，我想先简单的翻译一下。
好，那我这边简单的说明一下，刚刚 Cranfield 有提到，可能比较多学生不太了解这间学校，因为他们比较少出现在世界排名上面。那是因为他们就是比较专注在研究所的课程，他们并没有学士的课程。那他们学校呢，主要分为管理的课程跟技术的课程，就是 technology 的部分。那他们学校的特色就是他们分为60%是做 project， 有团体的 project 跟个人的 project。那这60%呢，都是跟当地的产业进行合作，要去协助产业解决问题啊，或是一起进行一些专案。那剩下的40% 就是教学的部分，那这是他们课程结构比较特别的地方。不好意思。然后呢，他们有一个比较大的特点是，他们在航空科学课程中，他们是欧洲唯一一个有自己在学校里面有自己有机场的一个学校，所以就是像那些波音飞机啊，就是你课程上会上到的一些资讯，你都可以在学校里看到。那他们学校比较重视 industrial 的合作部分，所以有很多实务操作都可以在学校里面体验到。那像 Glasgow 刚刚有提到，他们是 UK 最大的城市之一，然后也是历史非常悠久的学校，不论是在 UK 或者在世界上。那他们也是许多知名的工程师的母校。那他们学校非常注重，也投资非常多成本在研究上面。那他们学校有开了各式各样的工程相关的科系。那近几年比较热门的，像是 robotic 跟 AI 的科系，他们也都有。那这两个相关的科系比较特别，是他们是由 engineering 学院跟 computing 学院一起合开的，所以你会学习到非常多综合的知识。那未来的发展也会比较多样。那在 Glasgow 的部分呢，他们国际学生比例其实蛮多的，大概有30% 以上都是国际学生。那特别是研究生有50% 是东亚来的学生。像这样非常高比例的国际学生的比例呢，就是可以提高他们在学校的多元性，然后他们课程也提供了很多跟当地合作的机会。
Thank you. So now I want to come back to the same question to the Sheffield and the Birmingham. So maybe I would like to invite Anita. You can go first about the highlights of the Sheffield, about the ratios of the students, staff, or the facilities that you think is very good character for the University of Sheffield.
Okay, thanks, Angela. So very briefly, some information generally about the University of Sheffield. So we're a Russell Group university, we're a research-led university, and that means that students studying here are taught by active researchers. So all our academic staff are active researchers, so we ensure that our students get the most up-to-date knowledge of their subject area. We're a large university, so we've got just over 30,000 students, and we have students from 150 countries worldwide. We've got a very large faculty of engineering. We've got over 300 academic staff and over 6,700 students. At the university, I already mentioned that we have students from 150 countries. Specifically in our Faculty of Engineering, we have a very diverse and wide range of students from different countries. It is mainly an international student population in our Faculty of Engineering. So, for example, the ratio of international and UK students on our master's courses is 9:1. So, for every one UK student, there's 9 international students. Also, in terms of our Faculty of Engineering, we have some very highly ranked subject areas. So, in the world rankings, in the QS world rankings, our subject areas civil and structural engineering, mechanical and aeronautical engineering, and materials science are all in the top 100. Some of our science disciplines, such as data science, sit in our information school, and the information school has been #1 in the world for quite a number of years now in the QS rankings, and the recent ones that have just been announced, it's #1 again there. We've been welcoming Taiwanese students for quite a number of years, and Sheffield is in the north of England, with the 3rd most affordable student city in the UK, and it's a very friendly city with 2 universities here, so there's over 60,000 students in the city. I'm just going to share a couple of slides with you because I know that we've not got that much time and there's lots of things that we want to talk about, so that you can see the information on these slides while I just briefly talk through some of the information and you can read what's relevant to you. So just bear with me. Okay, so on there you can see some of our programs, some of the subject areas. So within the Faculty of Engineering, it is a very large faculty, and you can see we have disciplines from aerospace engineering to automatic control and systems engineering, right through to mechanical engineering and material science. Within the faculty, there's a very much interdisciplinary approach. We also have within the Diamond Building a lab which is run by students for students, and if students want to do projects outside of their academic studies, they have access to all the facilities in there. So for example, there's 3D printers, so there's lots of activity going on outside of the classroom. And something that's very new is we also have a digital innovation zone. So this is in partnership with Siemens, and this is basically helping students acquire the digital skills that they need really to succeed on their course and also for employment after graduation. And you can see there some of the facilities that are available. And it is the only kind in any UK university. And I think that's enough from me. I'll just hand over back to Angela.
Thank you. And I think I would like to invite Jay. Would you like to give some highlight for staff and students ratio for very magnificent laboratories and facilities of the Birmingham?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think it might be a good idea for me to speak Mandarin directly so that save your time to translate later.
Oh, that would be lovely.
伯明翰大学的话，它是一所综合性的大学，它本身也是一个研究型的大学。然后我相信大家在网上的话，估计也都看到了很多关于伯明翰的一些背景介绍或者这个学术排名。伯明翰大学本身也是就是一直是不管在任何一个排名当中吧，都是世界前100的这么一个情况。然后我们非常骄傲的也是，就是历史上的话，伯明翰大学一共出过11位诺贝尔奖的这个得主，还出过3位英国的首相。然后伯明翰大学本身也是一个国际化程度非常高的一所学校。整体来看的话，就是从这个大学的整体来看的话，我们大概有1/4的学生都是国际留学生。 大概有1/3的这种就是老师也都是来自世界上其他国家。然后具体到我们这个 Computer Science 就计算机学院的话，我们昨天做了一个统计，大概有17%的学生都是来自于中国大陆或者台湾，都是这种 Mandarin speaking 的这种学生，这个比例还是相当高的。然后至于这个伯明翰这所城市的话，我不知道大家听说过没有？伯明翰的话是整个欧洲最年轻的城市之一，大概40%的常住人口都是在25岁以下。这个可能有很大一部分原因是因为根据我们大学自己做的统计，有40%，将近40%的这个毕业生在毕业了以后也都选择留在了伯明翰。所以的话，伯明翰本身是一个非常具有吸引力的一所城市。但是很奇怪的是，它的这个生活成本在英国来说的话是比较低的，就根据一些统计吧，在伯明翰的这个生活成本要比在伦敦的生活成本低40%，要比这个在比如说比爱丁堡这个生活成本低大概14%，比诺丁汉大概低5%这么一个样子，所以它是一个非常非常宜居的一个城市。然后在我们这 Computer Science 这个计算机学院的话，我们一共是开了6门硕士课程，然后包含其中这6门里面的话，有2门是这种 Conversion MSc，就是说不要求大家本科就是计算机专业的。然后这2个专业的话就是一个叫 MSc Computer Science，还有一个是 MSc Data Science。然后其余的话还有4个就是专业性比较强的一些硕士课程。比如说这个 human computer interaction，还有这个 cyber security，还有最近很火的，就比如这 artificial intelligence and machine learning，这个在我们学校的话都可以找到相对应的一些课程。然后关于这个就是 staff 和 student 这个 ratio 的话，大概是26。然后我们学校的话也是在进行一些可能来进一步的来提高，就是来进一步的来改进这个 staff student ratio。之后，关于计算机学院本身的排名，然后不管也是在英国哪一个这个排名列表，因为英国实在有太多这种不同的排名了。但是不管是哪一个排名吧，这个伯明翰大学的计算机学院基本上都是在前10。然后我们比较骄傲的是，根据上一次这个 RAF 就是 Research Excellence Framework 的这个结果的话，我们是这个计算机专业的话是排在了英国的第3位。然后，如果大家对这个我们学校或者这个计算机专业有一些就是其他的问题，非常欢迎大家来提问。好，谢谢。
谢谢。So, 一凡和 Kira 可能 Anita 部分麻烦来翻译一下。
关于刚刚 Sheffield 的部分，我先简单的说明一下。那 Sheffield 是罗素集团的学校之一，那他们每年都有就是重新检视他们拥有的科系，那希望学生可以得到就是与时俱进最新的知识。那他们学校的国际生比例呢，非常的高，那总共来自150个世界各地的国家。那研究生的部分更是特别突出，它国际生与当地学生的比例为9:1。那在他们的工程学院里面，学生的组成也非常多元，这样他们也可以就是得到非常多元化的一些面向，那汲取到非常许多不同的意见这样子。那 Sheffield 的 Information School 是世界排名第1，那已经榜上有名很多年，也是他们引以为傲的学院。他们也提供很多跟企业合作的机会，那也有让很多不同的研究室，那有些都是学生自己经营的，那希望可以带给新进的学生更多的体验，然后可以投入更多的研究，大概是这样。
谢谢。So my next question for all our representative will be that a lot of students who study in engineering or science, they're quite anxious about the thriving technology for AI. And how does your university design postgraduate programs for science and engineering related degrees to help the student prepare for the speedy changing future? And because Remy going to leave us later. So first, I would like to invite Remy to give the students some advice and also before you leaving, maybe you can have last tips for our Chinese students when they choose the program in Glasgow. So Rami.
So thank you, Angela. So obviously the university acknowledges that AI is a very important discipline and it's also there are important skills for students to learn and to acquire in this area, which is why we've set up these two programs with computer science. So the first, as I've mentioned, is the robotics and AI program, and this is becoming a very popular program here in our school, joint in collaboration with the School of Computing. In addition to that, we've got the Computer Systems Engineering program, which again is taught in conjunction, in collaboration with the School of Computing. So very much we do appreciate the importance of AI, and there are programs specifically in this area. There are modules being taught in this area. There are some world-leading faculty members that are developing taught modules in this area. And obviously, if you do choose to pursue a research project with one of our research members, then this will help you with acquiring, greater skills and knowledge in this expanding area. Yeah, so that is a bit of background around the importance of AI. So in terms of our taught modules, we do have dedicated modules being taught to students in the area of AI. We do have programs in the area of AI, and in terms of research, the James Watt School of Engineering has a lot of research in the area of AI, and students, when they do choose a project, if they wish to pursue research in the area of AI, then they're welcome to reach out to faculty members who propose on an annual basis projects with elements of AI in them.
Thank you, Rami. So because before you leave, I just want to make sure that our students can get what you said. So, Kira 或是一凡，你们可以先翻一下那个 Dr. Rami 刚刚所讲的内容吗？
不好意思，我这边讯号有点问题。OK，刚刚教授提到说，在 AI 的教学的部分，他前面已经有提过一次，他再提一次，就是说他们有两个科系，一个是 Robotic and AI，然后另外一个是 Computer System Engineering。这两个科系呢，都是针对 AI，而且是工程跟电脑跨系合作的硕士课程。那再来就是他们。除了说科系有专门探讨 AI 的以外，他们也有一些课程是专门探讨 AI 的，是开给其他的科系的同学可以上的课程。那在 AI 的领域里面，他们有世界顶尖的研究人员教学，然后所以不管是大家念的是直接跟 AI 相关的科系，或者是其他课程跟 AI 相关的，他们都有非常好的成果。
Thank you. So Rami, before you leave, any suggestion for our students when they choose a program for engineering that sometimes they might overlook when they during the application process?
Okay, so obviously students, they have to look into they have to judge exactly what they want out of their degree programs. In terms of, as I've mentioned, in terms of Glasgow is a very vibrant city. It's also, in terms of its cost effectiveness, Glasgow is more cost effective in comparison to other UK cities, other bigger UK cities. So what I would advise students to do at this stage is to obviously, explore their options very wisely. Not just in terms of the program, but also the city in which they will live. as I've mentioned before, Glasgow is one of the best universities in the world. It is a Russell Group university. The city itself is one of the biggest cities in the UK. So they most likely international students will find students that are of a similar background, and they'll be able to fit in very well within the city. It's a very diverse city.
Thank you.
So,
sorry.
So yes, so thank you. Yes. So once more, thank you very much for the invitation, and I'm very happy for people to reach out to me in case they've got any specific questions with regards to the range of programs that are available in Glasgow. I appreciate that this is obviously a very short interview, but you know, there is a lot that is available here in the James Watt School of Engineering. As I've mentioned, we've got 18 MSc programs in total, and many of these programs are interdisciplinary, which means that they are taught in collaboration or in conjunction with not just faculty members from the School of Engineering, but from others as well, such as School of Art, School of Computing, School of Management, and so on.
Thank you. 一凡跟 Kira 快速的帮 Glasgow 做个总结，谢谢。
是刚刚教授提到说，申请之前大家要看看自己到底想要学什么。那他举 Glasgow 为例子，说这个城市呢是非常有活力，而且以大城市来说呢，还有不昂贵。那他建议大家要聪明的探索各个范围，不是只光看念书，你还要考虑你在那边生活。那像Glasgow 它是罗素集团的大学，那城市本身呢，风格非常的多元，成员非常多元，而且是一个非常好融入的学校。那他们的课程里面有很多跨领域的课程，然后也很欢迎大家来探索一番。
谢谢。Thank you again, and sorry that you have to leave us earlier, but if we have further questions, I will pass the students' inquiries to you. Thank you again for supporting us today.
Thank you very much, Angela. Thank you very much, everyone, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So we have to come back to the AI challenging for our science students for the other three representatives today. So Anita, do you have any suggestion for our student that's facing the AI technology thriving, that how Sheffield prepare our students in the postgraduate program to face these speedy changes?
Thanks, Angela. Yeah, so I mentioned briefly a little bit earlier about the Industrial Advisory Board that we have. So the Industrial Advisory Board works with us in terms of our curriculum. So we're always on top of what industry is looking for from our graduates. And as we know, this particular industry is very rapidly changing. So along with all our academic staff being active researchers, we also have that industry input as well. So the Industrial Advisory Board gives us input in terms of what's really important within their industry and what skills they're seeking from our graduates. So that really helps us develop those new courses that industry are looking for and are really appropriate to the graduate skills gap. So the example I gave earlier was about the module on cybersecurity. We do have two courses specifically on AI. So we have an MSc in artificial intelligence, and then we also have an MSc in cybersecurity and AI. Just something that's very, very new is that a couple of days ago, we made an announcement that we've just appointed one of the world's leading innovators in bio-inspired AI. So that's Professor James Marshall, who's joining us, and he will be leading our new Centre for Machine Intelligence. So that's quite an exciting development this week. Also, our students do get opportunity to work with industry on some of their projects as well. And obviously, our research does influence industry as well, and in terms of those fast changing developments.
Thank you. So, Jay, how about Birmingham help to prepare our students to facing these AI challenges that speedy changes future?
好，谢谢。然后现在英国所有这个罗素大学的这个学校的话，好像是集体在前一段时间都集体做了一个声明，就是要鼓励学生来使用这些就是跟 AI 相关的这些工具。因为的话，现在整个这个罗素集团也都看到了这些工具的出现，比如 ChatGPT 这种，能够在极大程度上改变传统的这种学习方式。那么具体到这个计算机学院的话，我们是有2个跟这个 AI 直接相关的专业。一个就是刚才我提到的这个 MSc Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning，这个是要求这个学生就是本科就是学习计算机的才可以申请。同时，我们还有另外一个 MSc Data Science，这个的话，同时里面也会教授很多跟 AI 相关的一些课程，而且这个的话不对这个第一学位有要求。但是我们鼓励学生就是会有一些就是需要用到很多的数学知识，所以的话对于数学还是有一定的这个要求。至于这个其他方面的话，伯明翰这边就是计算机学院的话，也跟很多企业界的这种都有很多的合作，比如 DeepMind，然后是 Google 下面的一个实验室吧，一个子公司。然后 DeepMind 的话，每年都会给我们很多这个 scholarship。然后的话，还有今年夏天我们会跟 DeepMind 在一起办一个 summer school，也是就是针对于这种就是不太针对于这些有很多的学生，他们对 AI 的话，现在处于一种很迷茫的一个状态，并不知道 AI 以后的发展会是一个什么样子，也并不知道 AI 到底能够做什么。然后就是为了帮助这些学生的话，对 AI 有一个更加的一个充分的一个了解，我们在今年夏天的话，就跟这个 DeepMind 合作，然后办了这么一个 summer school。然后在这个 summer school 里面的话，就是学生会有机会和我们的这个 researcher，我们的这个研究人员，包括一些 DeepMind 的一些研究人员，就是在一起做一些项目。这个的话会给学生带来很多这种第一手的这种研究经验，也会对他们以后的这个找工作干嘛的话会有很大的这个帮助。然后就是从研究角度来讲的话，我们也跟这个很多其他的一些企业界都有很多的这种合作。然后每年的话也有一些这种 internship 的这种机会，我们也有这个 career fair，就是的话有很多公司会到学校里面来招人，然后有很多也都是 AI 相关的一些公司。然后从整体来看的话，我们是非常希望看到有更多的学生能够来进入跟 AI 相关的这些领域，这也是我们学生的这也是我们学校的一个目标之一吧，就是来帮助更多的学生能够来了解 AI，能够来学习 AI。谢谢。
Thank you. So, Alan, how about Cranfield? How do you prepare the student for facing the AI generation?
Thanks, Angela. So at Cranfield, I would say we have a few courses that they are directly engaged with the AI technologies. For example, we have got MSc in Applied Artificial Intelligence. We have got MSc in Robotics. We have got MSc in Computational Techniques in Engineering. However, I would say these technologies, they are being applied in multiple sectors. So like I mentioned earlier, we are an industrial-facing university. So you could imagine if the sector would need AI technology, then we would teach our students related skills or technologies in the course. So for example, lots of our engineering courses, or even in some of our master courses in our School of Management, students will find they will need to study big data, they will need to study artificial intelligence within their modules. And these are actually coming from our industrial advisory panel. So at Cranfield, a little bit different from Sheffield, a little bit just different from Anita just mentioned, we call it industrial advisory panel. So each of the master courses, they are being informed by industry. So basically they are telling us, okay, what is in demand, what is the trend in that in this sector. It could be aerospace, it could be aviation, it could be manufacturing, it could be marketing. So it could be anything. So I mentioned this on Monday as well. So today we are talking about AI, but who knows what we will be talking about in 10 years or 8 years time, because this is rapidly changed. So what we do is just make sure that what we teach our students is always up to date, and this is something the industry would need. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Alan. So, Kira, Ethan, maybe translate a little bit for Sheffield and Cranfield, please.
是在宣报的部分，他们有提到说他们有一个工业产业咨询会，所以他们会非常融入实际的状况，知道说业界要的是什么，那希望业界需要同学学到什么样的课程。那在 AI 专职于 AI 这个部分呢，他们有2个课程，一个是他们其实在资安这部分非常重视，所以2个课程，一个是 MSc AI，然后另外一个是 MSc Cyber and Artificial Intelligence。那有一个新的部门，他们上个礼拜才公布的，就是他们觉得非常开心也非常兴奋的，就是跟生物学合作的 Bio AI。那这个里边探讨的是机械智慧的这方面的工程面向，然后这是他们这个新的部门，他们非常的开心能够为大家带来新的课程。那 Cranfield 的部分呢，他们也有几个专职于 AI 的课程。那不过呢，这些课程分散在各个部门，因为任何产业都会有需要。那只要产业有需要的，他们都会教。例如说，不管是在工程还是管理上，都需要学到大数据。那这个部分，他们跟 Sheffield 既类似又不一样的是，他们有产业建议咨询会，那由他们产业来提出说他们需要什么，然后学校要教什么，学生应该学些什么。那不过校代有提到说，其实这些课程再多核心的重点是他们是要为各个科系的学生准备好，要面对产业所需要的新科技，而不是只是单纯去讨论 AI 这件事情。因为也许再过10年，我们要讨论的就不是 AI，而是其他问题了。
谢谢。那我们刚刚谈到，就是大家可能可能会比较惶恐的，就是关于 AI 的崛起。那有时候感觉在学校学的科系，那可能会不会毕业之后即失业？刚刚我们的学校都给我们非常好的回复。那我下一个问题，因为我们今天申请的学生当中，可能有些人在大学的时候是有相关背景，有些人不是，他原本可能是念商，可能原本是念人文，可是想要在研究所的时候来跨领域。所以接下来的问题，我想要 So the next question that I would like to ask all of you that what kind of a postgraduate program that you would recommend for both students who have a science and engineering background and for those who might want to transfer and study science and engineering after their undergraduate level. So I would like to invite Jay, maybe you can start first.
No problem. 刚才我可能也已经提到了，然后我们在计算机学院的话，一共开设了6门这个专业，一共有6个专业，然后其中2个的话是属于这种 conversion MSc，就是对于大家本科的话学的是什么是并没有一个要求的。然后这2门 conversion degree 的话，一个是叫 MSc Computer Science， 还有一个的话是叫 MSc Data Science。然后如果大家比如说是有一个学生是本科是商科，然后他对于这计算机比较感兴趣，但是又不知道对于计算机里面哪一个领域感兴趣，比如说是 AI 感兴趣，还是说一些就是编程，比如系统开发的这种感兴趣。那么我个人比较推荐的是他来选择这个 MSc Computer Science， 因为这是一个更为 generic 的这么一个 degree。那么如果他本身就是目标很明确，我就是想学一些跟 AI 相关的一些东西，那么的话，这个 MSc Data Science 这个专业可能是更为合适的。然后对于本身就有这个本身就是跟计算机就是第一学位的话，就是或本科就和计算机相关的这些学生的话，他们实际上可以来申请这些更为专业化的这种 degree 设置。就比如说是我们有这 MSc Advanced Computer Science， 然后还有这个 MSc Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning， 然后第3个是 MSc Cyber Security， 然后第4个是 MSc Human Computer Interaction， 然后这4个专业的话，都对于这个本科是有要求的，就是要求是跟计算机相关的。如果这个我们有学生是本科就是学计算机的，那么想进一步然后来就是提高自己在这个领域的一个认知，那么这4个专业对于他们来说的话，会是一个很好的选择。但是具体选择哪一个，就要看个人兴趣了。好，谢谢。
Yeah. So, Alan, how about your suggestions? It might be interdisciplinary programs, but for science-related or for non-science-related background students, but any program that you will recommend to them?
Yeah, thanks, Angela, for the question. So for us, most of the engineering-related courses, we will require students to have some related academic background. But if students are coming from a completely different academic discipline, we might be still able to consider to omit them as long as they have shown they have very strong quantitative skills, or maybe they have got a related working experience. So my advice for the student would be in their application, probably in their CV and also on their personal statement, they will need to highlight what they have achieved in the past. So they could showcase their hard skills, soft skills, and also what is their career plan after the master degree at Cranfield. So that will really help in that application to secure an offer from us. And I would also recommend, I'll put them in the chat. Some of the courses, I found that these courses, normally they are called engineering management at some other universities. But here at Cranfield, we don't offer engineering management because for us, this is maybe quite a very wide academic area. So here we offering maybe, I just put them on the chat. So these 5 MSCs, they could be a little bit more flexible. We could actually consider students that coming from a non-engineering background. So as long as they have shown a very strong ambition in their personal statement, then we can consider them. For those students, obviously, they are already in a engineering background. My advice for them is they need to do their research, because for us, we want students to focus on one very specific subject area. The reason being is because this is also the demand from the industry. So when the student that graduate from Cranfield, we expect them to know exactly what they are aiming for. So that's how we designed our course. So again, our course starts with 40% of TOS modules, and then followed by 20% of group projects, and then 40% of individual projects. So students will have the opportunity to work with a real business, to work on a real project, to provide a solution to fix a problem. So we would expect the student that if they're already coming from an engineering background, they would need to know exactly what they're in for before they apply for the degree, or maybe to find a suitable degree for them. Yeah, so that's from Cranfield. Thank you.
Thank you. Anita, how about Sheffield? Any interdisciplinary programs or the program suggested for the non-background student or student already study engineering, study in their undergraduate level?
Yeah, so first of all, for those students who don't have a science or engineering background, the courses in our faculty engineering are all specialist courses. So really sort of following on from what Alan was saying about Cranfield, they are specialist courses. So even, for example, our computer science course, it is a specialist program. You do need to have a computer science background or at least a science background. But there are other options open to those students. So they can look, outside of the Faculty of Engineering, outside of the Faculty of Science. We have data science masters, we have information systems management, information management, and those are all in our information school, which I mentioned is #1 in the QS rankings. So there's those options to look at. And then there's other options. So for example, in our management school, we have a logistics and supply chain management course, which is very much business focused. At some universities, that course does sit within a Faculty of Engineering, and it's a much more technical course. So there are different options to look at for those students who don't have those backgrounds. And then in terms of graduates, undergraduate students who want to progress, who've studied engineering at that level and want to progress to masters, engineering is a multidisciplinary area, and we've got a range of specialisms which are really interlinked. So if, for example, I can give the example of material science engineering, and that is to understand how materials work in specific conditions or perform in specific conditions. But that could be linked with aerospace engineering, which is about engineering within the aviation sector. So they're very much all interlinked. And that's why we encourage our students to work together from the different areas of engineering, because that's how they'd work in industry. They would work together as teams on certain projects. So they do have those joint projects that they can work together. But also outside of the studies as well, we do have different student societies that they can join as well. So they can meet, students from the Faculty of Science as well as the Faculty of Engineering. So there's lots of different opportunities for that to happen.
Thank you. Ethan and Kira, please.
像是 Cranfield 刚有提到，他们大多数工程相关的科系都还是会要求你学士要有相关的背景毕业。那如果你真的非常想进工程相关的科系，但你是非本科出身的话，你可以在你的 CV 或 PS 里面写出你是不是有很强的像是计量的背景或是技能，或是你有相关的工作经验，那这些学校也都会列入参考。你也可以描述你在 Cranfield 毕业之后你希望就业的方向，那这也有助于学校去考量你这个申请的机会。那你原本本科就是相关背景的学生呢，Cranfield 会希望你更清楚的了解到你希望往哪个方向前进。因为像他们的 engineering 分层非常的仔细，所以他们希望你想清楚你以后的工作是希望往哪个方向去进行才来选择你想要申请的科系，因为他们学校是产业导向非常重，所以希望他们学校毕业之后的学生可以立即对产业做出帮助，提供协助，所以希望学生都可以想好自己希望前进的方向再来申请这些科系。那像 Sheffield 的部分呢，像 engineering 学院下面科系基本上也是要求要有相关的背景。那如果你是非相关科系背景的学生，你可以选择像是 management 学院下面的 data science 或是 information management 这类的课程。那它是比较偏重 management， 但是它也会学一些技术相关的能力。那这就比较综合，可以提供给非相关科系背景的学生去选择。大概是这样。
然后如果是不好意思，
请说。
如果是有背景就是工程背景或者是科学背景的同学的话，他们有许多工程连结的课程，就是说不同的工程课程，但是他们必须要合作，学习合作，然后会有很多合作的计划比方说如果是材料工程，那他有可能必须要跟航太工程合作。那他们会有很多的合作计划可以进行，因为事实上在未来同学们毕业之后，在产业界也是这样子的，工作上实际上也是这样子的情况。 要学习合作。
好，谢谢。So my next things that we already bring up a lot of fantastic programs at the university. So my next question will be how you prepare students facing their career before they leave the university. It might be the project that you collaborate with the local enterprises or industries, or it might be the workshops that you assist the student, especially international students, to do the job hunting while they're in the UK. So what kind of resources or what kind of career link contacts that your university offer? So I would like to invite Alan. Maybe you can answer this question first.
Thank you, Angela. So I think there's two parts in here from Cranfield's perspective. So first of all is the course itself. So again, this is very important. So we are industrial-facing university, which means we are actually prepare our students to be ready to work for them. So that's why the course structure will come in, the industrial projects will come in. So everything that we do is to make sure that when they leave Cranfield, they are ready to work for the industry. And so this is something that within the course itself. And on top of that, obviously, the university has a lot of offer in terms of providing support for international students to secure an internship or a job after the master degree. So we have our own career and employability service. So the service would start probably when the students still got an offer in hand, probably in the summer. So they will kick off their service, asking the student to prepare their CV, to provide information to us to find out which industry or which company or which role would they be interested in. And once they register with us, they could start the job hunting path, I would say. So during the year, there will be lots of the recruitment fairs from the industries. The biggest ones normally happen in October and November. So it happens in our sports hall, where we invite lots of our industrial partners to come onto campus to recruit our students. And there will be also some dedicated recruitment fairs just for specific courses as well. For example, aerospace, AI, or automotive engineering, etc. So those like for motorsports as well. So sometimes the F1 team, they will just come directly to Cranfield, or for aerospace, the student will get a chance to see the recruitment team from aerospace, from Boeing, from Rolls-Royce. So these big players in the sector, they will actually come to Cranfield to meet our students. And lots of students, they will probably overlook one service that we provide is the one-to-one sessions within our career and employability service. So this service is available to any of the current students on campus, and it is unlimited. So anytime the student will want to make an appointment with them, they will be able to provide support. So there's support range from CV editing to job interview preparation, to negotiation with the employer about their offer. So these supports are always available to our students. And I didn't mention this earlier. So our teacher and staff to student ratio is about 1:8. Mainly because we do not have any undergraduate students here at Cranfield, which means our focus is 100% on our postgraduate students, and we have got about 4,000 to 4,500 students in total at Cranfield. So all of them, they're postgraduate. So that would allow us to put much more focus on students on top of their courses, and in terms of obviously providing support for them to find a job in the UK or even return to Taiwan So yeah, in short, I would say if the student is looking for a master course which would provide them with theory-based and also practical skills, and at the same time, if they have the aim to secure an internship or job in the UK in the aerospace or engineering or AI is a related sector, then Cranfield would be one of the best options here in the UK. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you. Anita, how about Sheffield? That any projects or to collaborate between university and the industry or the workshops that you assist the students for their career preparation?
Yeah, so we have a central career service and they supply the services that you would expect in terms of one-to-ones, in terms of CV writing. They have interview techniques workshops, but they also do specialist events for international students. So, for example, we have an International Careers Week that usually takes place in October or November, so not long after the students have joined us, where our careers advisors will do different talks. So, in terms of job hunting in the UK or internationally, they will talk about things that are very different in terms of looking for roles in the UK. And we also do an online series as well, which takes place a little later in the year, which is called the East Asia Insight Series. And that's really for, there's some students who want to stay in the UK and take the opportunity of the graduate immigration route visa, where they can remain for 2 years. Or some students will want to go back to Taiwan, or they might want to go to another East Asian country. So we hold the East Asia Insight Series, which lasts over a few days, and it talks from different employers in East Asia. And they are obviously looking to recruit our students. In terms of the faculties and at departmental level, along with, we do have recruitment fairs where employers come to campus, which are from all different industries. But then our Faculty of Engineering does have their own events. So companies such as Boeing, Rolls-Royce, Jaguar Land Rover, Airbus will come to campus to recruit our students. And also as well, we do have an e-mentoring scheme with industry. So students can be matched with someone from industry. Now that could possibly be an alumni, or it could be someone from industry who works very closely with the university, but they can be mentored with them or by them, during their course. Also, in terms of our central career service, so students have access to the career service from the first day they join Sheffield until whenever they need it in their career. So, for example, they may take a graduate role straight after they finish their studies, and then maybe 2 or 3 years later, they want to take the next step up into management level job. They still have access to all those career services that they would have when they were a student.
Thank you, Anita. Jay, how about Birmingham?
伯明翰其实跟其他两所大学这个区别也都不大。从这个就是就业帮助这方面来说的话，然后在伯明翰大学的话，也是有就是大学里面其中有一个 department 来负责这个 career support，他们也会给学生安排这种1对1的这种讲解啊，还有帮助学生来准备这种面试啊，甚至一些 visa 咨询都可以去找他们。然后在这个计算机学院的话，我们其实对于本科生的这个就是就业方面的这个支持可能会更多，因为他们毕竟时间长一点。然后硕士课程的话，毕竟只有1年，所以的话更多的是就是依赖于学校层面提供这些帮助。然后，但是对于本科生来说的话，我们是有一个就叫 Computer Science with Year in Industry 这么一个 program，就是说正常来说，英国的本科生是3年毕业，但是如果是学生就是选择就是来加入这个 Year in Industry 这个 plan 的话，他们会在大2毕业了以后，然后就去，当然学校会有各种各样的机会，就帮他们来找这种实习的机会，然后去允许他们在公司实习1年。 然后当然是带薪的这种实习，然后等他们实习结束了以后，再重新回来，就是在第二就是在下一年再来接着读他们的一个 final year。所以这个对于学生来说的话，是一个非常好的一个机会。他们除了能够就是得到很多的这种就是 real industry experience，就是企业界这种真正这种工作这种经验，然后的话还有就是能够是除了是不交学费，还能挣一些，还能挣不少钱。所以从这方面来说的话，我觉得是对于很多这种就是想要增加自己这个工作经验的学生来说的话，会是一个很好的一个选择。好，谢谢。
第三个 please。
那刚刚 有讲到，他们主要在就业支持的部分可以分成2大个重点。第一个就是课程本身，因为他们就是非常强调他们是产业导向，所以在你的课程当中60% 的专案过程中，你就会学习到很多跟产业相关实务上的知识，然后学习增进你在实务上的能力。所以这是其中一个部分。那另外一个部分就是 career support。他们有一个 center， 就是专门你可以咨询你要怎么修改你的 CV 啊，你也可以练习面试技巧啊，或是得到一些 internship 或是未来工作的一些建议跟规划。那他们比较特别的就是他们在你拿到 offer 当下，其实就可以使用这个服务了。那可以一直到你毕业之后，他们还是可以提供就业上的协助。那主要他们在10到11月的时候会有一个最大场的就业博览会，会邀请许多不同产业的recruitment 的部门来学校，然后跟学生进行直接的对谈，那提供学生就是目前他们需要的人才啊，那可以怎么准备自己的这个部分。那他们也有特定为特定科系制定的博览会，像是 AI 科系或是 Aerospace 的部分。那这个部分就是针对特定产业的特定科系的学生去举办的。那 Sheffield 的部分呢，他们也是会提供，他们有个 Central Career Support， 那他们也是提供就是像 CV 修改啊、面试准备。然后他们比较特别的是，他们有一个 International Career Week， 他们会进行不同讲座，然后提供英国当地一些就业资讯啊，像是英国当地的企业如何找人，然后他们的实习啊，一些跟你未来工作签证要怎么申请的一些相关资讯。那有些学生或许毕业之后也是想要回到亚洲工作，并没有要留在当地，那他们也特别有开设一个线上的 East Asia Insight Series， 那这个部分就会特别专注在亚洲的工作，要怎么去找啊，未来要怎么发展这样。
谢谢。
然后不好意思，
你反
对，然后就是他们在 recruitment fair 部分，除了综合型的，那刚刚有提到，他们还有分产业型的。那产业型的分开的时候，他们就是有非常多合作的大企业啊，不管是国内的还是国际型的，包括像劳斯莱斯啊，包括像空中巴士啊，他们都是跟他们合作的公司。那与此同时呢，他们还有所谓的校友辅导，或者是校友精神讲师，那可以配对，那就是让同学们可以更提早的就了解说，产业需要什么。那再来就是说，快费的部分稍微补充一下，刚刚校代有提到说，除了他们的这个1对1职涯服务还没有限制之外，他有特别强调说，从一般我们大家讲 CV 到面试哦，他们除了这个之外，他们连到薪水怎么讨价还价，他们都会教同学。那学生跟教职员的比例是8:1，因为他们就是硕士型的课程。所以他们的学生教学比例是非常高的。那总共有4000名学生。那因为是实务型的课程，所以他们在这个过程中，就是大家进去念书的过程，就帮你都准备好，毕业就可以就业。
谢谢。So I think I'm going to move to our last questions. But before that, I would like to remind all the participants that if you have any question, you are very welcome to leave message in the chat box. 所以，如果我们接下来要进行到这个问题，那如果你有任何问题的话，你可以在我们的聊天区留言。那 或者是说针对你个人条件的部分，你想要有更全面或是更深入的，就是申请相关的分析的话，欢迎加入我们的官方 LINE 或者是我们的社群，我们上面不定期会有一些资讯更新。那我们在台湾协助所有学生相关的，从申请到出发，所有相关的协助都是不会跟同学收费的，欢迎大家多加利用。So my last question would be a little bit tricky, but I think that is a lot. It's a very common question for Taiwanese students specifically because Taiwan has been a very USA orientated market. So, how would you say when students argue that the United States owns more advantages in science engineering studies, and how do the UK and university differentiate from the United States, and also any advices or uh, any suggestion for the Chinese student when they choose their postgraduate degree and their destination that advice you want to remind them. Sometimes they easily forget during the application process. For this question, I would like to invite Anita. Could you go first, please?
Thanks, Angela. So the first question in terms of how a UK education differs from the US and in terms of the advantages of a UK education for science and engineering master students. So the first one, which most students I'm sure will be aware of, is the length of study. So typically in the UK, most courses are just 1 year long. So they are quite intense for master students, and that's compared with 2 years for master students in the US. Also as well, that relates as well to undergraduate studies. So the standard study in the US is 4 years, in the UK it's 3 years. So obviously there's a cost implications of that as well. So there's cost in terms of fees. There's also the cost in terms of accommodation and living expenses. So for example, the approximate cost for a 2-year program in the US would be between $50,000 to $85,000. Similar courses in the UK, you could be talking between £25,000 to £30,000, depending upon the course and the institution. Also as well, in terms of the UK education structure, it's very specialised. I mentioned a little bit earlier about our engineering courses and the students need an engineering background. That is because they're very focused, and they need to be focused when students are only studying for 1 year. And it allows students to become experts in those areas, and it means they can go straight into employment. In the US, students in the bachelor's degree, they have to do 1.5 years just of general education. So they're not doing really sort of any specialisms until they're quite well into the courses. Accommodation, that's a lot more expensive in the US as well. So you maybe be talking between $9,000 to $11,000 per academic year. So quite a stark difference between the two countries in terms of the education structure. And just going on to the last question, Angela, in terms of advice to Taiwanese students looking to study and choosing their courses and their destinations, I'd really recommend that they take the opportunity to meet university staff when they do visit Taiwan, come and speak to us at events. I know myself and Alan have both been together in Taipei a couple of times, and we were both there just last month. So, do come and speak to us. Also engage in any online open days that universities have and any webinars. Here at Sheffield, every Wednesday, we have webinars for all our prospective students, and you can hear from different academic staff at the university. You can hear from different teams at the university. So it could be our careers team, our accommodation team, and also we have student panels. And I always think the best way to really find out about a university is to speak to the current students. They will tell you what life is really like, both studying and both outside of their studies as well, about living in the city, because you need to make sure that the city's right for you, as well as the university and as well as the course. It's really one of the most important decisions that you'll make in your life, in terms of, going to study in a different country. Also, if you can, connect with alumni. And if students are ever visiting the UK, and we did have some students from Taiwan last year who came to campus, we arranged for them to meet academic staff. We arranged for our student ambassadors to give them a tour of campus. So there's lots of ways to, do your research, find out if it's the right decision for you. And just on an ending note, I'm always happy as well to meet students online. So there is a link on our web pages where you can meet. So any questions that you may have about studying at Sheffield, I'm always happy to chat to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Because of some technical issue, Angela will join us a little bit later. So, Jay, could you share your opinion among these questions?
Yeah, sure. 我觉得刚才已经总结的非常好了。就是首先的话，美国和英国这边是两个完全不同的教育体系。英国这边的这个时间相对来说比较短，但是的话，这也并不意味着你学的东西少，因为的话，它整个过程它把课程压缩的非常的紧，所以的话，实际上你还是会学到很多的东西。那么我觉得，如果是就是最大的一个区别的话，就是在美国大学那边录取的时候，它是从这个大学层面进行录取。但是英国的话，它是每一个 faculty 或者每一个 school 来进行的录取，然后这样给学生带来一个最大的一个差异，就是说，如果你在美国，然后你如果是想换专业，你大一进去你想换专业，你可以很容易的从一个 school 然后到另外一个 school，但是在英国这边的话，如果你想从一个 school 换到另外一个 school，那么你需要去再重新到那个 school 跟他们来商量，因为他们可能并不一定认可，就因为每个 school 它的这个录取标准可能都是不太一样的。但是就是好的一方面来说，就是当你进到这个 school 了以后，你对于你的这个就是你的学习的这个专业性就非常的明确。你进到这个 school，你的这个专业就是这个 school 所提供的这个专业，所以的话，你能够尽早的来接触到你这个相关专业的一些，就是比如一些这种就是研究人员啊，包括你的这个一些就是跟你具有相同背景的这些学生。就是你在大一或者大二的时候，你就是如果是在美国的话，可能他就是大一大二都是基础课，但是在英国的话就没有这种所谓的这种就是大的这种基础课。你进来以后，你身边所有同学都是这个专业的，然后都是跟你有相同的这种背景的，所以的话可能会给你提供一个更好的一个这种 study experience。这是我个人的这种感觉。好，谢谢。
好，谢谢。And Alan, could you share your opinion with us?
Yes, of course. So yeah, I think I would agree. Both colleges mentioned Anita and Jay, I think very good points. I mean, compared UK and US, but I would probably highlight from Cranfield's perspective because we are quite special. Because first of all, I think we are a exclusively postgraduate only university. So we are offering specialized postgraduate course tailored to advanced studies in specific areas like aerospace, mechanical engineering, AI, computer science, energy, sustainability, etc. So these focuses would allow for deeper immersion or for more advanced learning opportunities for students in these area compared to many universities in the United States, which also cater undergraduate students. So, and then secondly, I would probably highlight that UK university probably often have very strong ties with industry, like Anita and JJ also mentioned earlier. So same at Cranfield. So these industrial partnerships or connections provide students with very practical experience, I would say, and obviously direct industry engagement and employment opportunities. And Anita also mentioned about the graduate work visa schemes. So obviously students, if they are being involved with a degree here in the UK, then they could stay here in the UK for actually 2 more years to secure a job. I think this is something that we can offer compared to, I'm not quite sure about the immigration rules in the United States, but I mean, at the moment, this is something that we are offering. And last but not least, probably at Cranfield, I would say it's about the facilities that we are offering, like I mentioned earlier in the session. So we can offer large scale facilities to our students, and lots of them, they are probably only available at Cranfield, like the airport, like the aircraft. For example, we also got the Cranfield Impact Center, which we offer Formula One cars crash testing center. So this is quite unique. Also only available at Cranfield. And regarding the advice for Taiwanese students, I would probably say do the research, like I mentioned earlier. So we would expect students to have a very clear vision about their postgraduate study purposes, because this is something that we would expect. We would expect them to come to join the course, and then we can help them to secure a job in the industry. And this is also our aim, because again, our aim is to provide solution for the industry as well. So my advice for Taiwanese students would be do the research to find if the course itself or the modules itself or the course structure themselves is something that they would need. Is it in line with their career plan? If so, then obviously all the UK university, we will be very much looking forward to receiving your applications. And one last thing, if you've got any questions, if you're in doubt, obviously, please do feel free to reach out to us. And not only us when we were in Taiwan, but obviously we are available online as well, like Anita just mentioned. But also, please do feel free to contact SI Global, SI UK's team, because I know they are very supportive and they will be able to provide much more information on a local level as well. So please do make the most of their services as well. So that's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. The Kira and Ivan, please, brief translation for someone.
刚刚学妹我 Anita 说，英国的优势是课程很集中，所以长度呢就是跟美国是不一样的。硕士课程来讲的话，美国要念2年，在英国大部分的硕士课程只要1年。那如果是大学的话呢，在美国要念4年，在英国要念3年。那这样子的话，大家如果可以思考一下，它不只是学费可以比较节省，生活费也是会比较节省的。那所以说，他刚刚以硕士课程来举例，如果在美国的话呢，大概要5万到8万的美金才有办法念硕士。那如果是英国的话，大概2万5到3万元就可以念硕士学位了。那长度之所以不一样的其中一个主要的原因，是因为美国的大学有通识课程。所以他们前面大概有1年半的时间是没有学到什么专业的，都是在学一些通识型的课程。那这个部分的话，在英国的大学里面是没有的，就是直接你学什么专业， 他们就是教什么专业，所以非常的集中。那再来的话，就是说，其实如果单就一年来讲的话，其实美国的生活费也是比较高一点。那他对于同学们的建议在，选择学校科系的建议就是有机会就跟教职员见面聊天。那什么样的机会呢？比方说他们会到台湾来参加一些教育博览会这样子的场合，同学们就是有机会就多去跟他们见面，然后多多了解学校，或者是也可以跟现在在学的这些学校念书的在学同学或者是校友，有机会跟他们聊，知道说这些学校里面的一些活动或者是情况。那不管是选课程很重要，选城市也很重要，所以要多加了解，多研究，再去做下这个人生的重要决定。那呃，里面他还有提到说，课程的不同里面还有包括说量身打造课程。哦，不好意思，这个是刚刚Alan 校代所说的，宽克校代所说的，就是说他除了补充，他觉得说前面不管是王教授还是Anita 都讲的很好的部分，他都非常的同意。那他也说，其实有美国跟英国里面比较不同的，还有包括课程的打造。那英国课程比较是属于量身打造课程，那实务型的课程、产业的机会的连接，这些都是英国学校比美国学校要来的有优势的。那另外一个优势就是说，在英国的毕业后工作签证，这个也是在去英国就学的优势，可以留下来工作。那除了两国之间的差异之外呢，他也提到说，Cranfield 有非常特殊的一些大型的设备与设施，除了刚刚介绍过的飞机跑道之外，他们甚至还有 F1的撞击测试中心，这个是最特别的。那他有提到说，要做研究，同学必须要很清楚的知道自己要什么。这也是大学期待的，他们期待也预期同学具备的是，你知道你自己想要学什么，那他们才能够教育大家，然后之后才有办法为产业提供解决方案，然后让同学顺利就业。那他的建议是说，有问题就跟他们联系。那这个他们当然不只是他们，也包括SNUK 在台湾的团队，那直接线上跟他们联系也是可以的。
谢谢一凡，谢谢 Kira 的翻译。那同学有任何的问题吗？没有的话没关系，就是欢迎在我们的官方 LINE 或者我们的社群里面跟我们做进一步的联系。那我们也会非常开心跟大家分享今天的录影。如果你们有不清楚的地方的话，So I would like to thank Dr. Wan and Anita and Alan again for supporting the event today. So if there's a further inquiry from our students, I will let you know. And thank you again for such very useful and very practical advices for our students. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Angela. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Angela. Thank you for having us. Thank you.